So, been a little while. I do have a little bit of a story to tell. Oh, I'm already peeking the mic. That's a great thing to see. Let me turn that down. um, it's been a while. I think I posted an update like probably almost around exactly a month ago about finals and everything. In case you haven't noticed, it's been a month since then, and shit is only, what am I even talking about? This is the first video I'm posting in like 3-4 months. Been a little while, so got a bit of a story to tell. So after, sorry, I bought one of the things that stopped me from making videos once I got to where I am now was I needed a desk and chair, and so I have a really shitty Goodwill chair right now, plus a actually not too bad Goodwill desk that I actually quite like. This chair, I don't know if you can hear it, it's squeaking a lot though. That's annoying. I like to lean back, and it does it specifically when I lean back. Guess I can't do that then. Anyways, so so I finished finals and then spent 2 weeks on the road driving from my school to the allegedly lovely state of Minnesota, which is where I am now. Got there, I want to say, around like May 24th. So I've been here already like 2-3 weeks. Took me about a week, maybe 2 weeks, week and a half maybe, to get this chair and desk. But I've been doing an internship, which has really kept me pretty occupied. And so I've been trying to, meet other interns, do stuff with other interns. Like, last week I went to the tallest point in Minnesota. Not as impressive as it sounds. It was about a 500-foot elevation gain from base to peak. I was very disappointed. I had this mountain in mind since like February. I thought I saw the max elevation, which was like 2,300 feet, and I thought that was the elevation gain, so I thought I was in for like a 7 or 8 hour long hike. And I got excited. Nope. In fact, to call this mountain, Eagle Mountain, a mountain is a stretch at best. But I don't make the rules. I would call it a hill if it was up to me, but I'm here now. It's what matters. I was thinking about how I wanted to do things a little differently now that I am going to be back. So I probably won't be able to upload that frequently, to be completely honest. I have the internship, like I said, but I'm also getting summer classes that are starting tomorrow. Fortunately, it's something I kind of have to do. It sucks. I'm not a fan of it in the slightest. It's a bunch of classes I don't care about, but I have to do them. So that's going to keep me real busy. But when I have the time, and I'm hoping it'll be like, once a week, maybe twice a week, I would like to sit down and be able to make stuff because I enjoy doing it. I wouldn't do this shit if I didn't enjoy it. That brings me to the second change. Sorry, the goddamn chair is annoying me. Anyways, if you can notice on the screen right now, one second, there's another thing I need to check while I'm talking about this. You'll notice on the screen right now that I got a game engine up. I was thinking as to if I'm talking to people and I'm saying, hey, yeah, I spent 1 hour a day every night for the past 2 months playing video games and uploading it to a YouTube channel, it's not exactly a very good use of my time. And it just so happens that the internship I'm working in is a lot of C# programming. And I have always been interested in making games. In fact, must have been 4 years ago now where I spent like 4 or 5 months doing, not really making anything serious, but making something nonetheless. And I would code in class because I enjoyed it. So I'd like to bring that back. I'd like to have something I can just work on in my free time and yap. I think I'll enjoy it better than playing video games. Maybe I will do video games every now and then. But truth be told, playing video games by myself is boring. For me, it's boring. If I have nobody to talk to, I don't really have anything to engage with, I get bored. Even playing single player games. I mean, depending on the game. But like Expedition 33 is a single player game. But I have played it almost exclusively in voice calls with my friends. Because I enjoy the conversation. I enjoy being engaged in more ways than just playing a game. So in this case, making a game is going to allow me to be a lot more focused, which is something I do prefer to do by myself. So hopefully it'll be more indicative to like more productive work for me. I'll actually learn stuff, which is nice. Get better at C#, which is good because I spent, I kid you not, 30 hours this week just doing C#, and I liked it. Don't want it to be my job, don't get me wrong. I don't want to spend the rest of my life sitting in a cubicle coding, but I'm enjoying the work for the most part. And that brings me to the last point, which is of the video formats themselves. The best way I could think of what this video format is like is kind of shitposting. I sit down, I put on a game, and I spout nonsense for an hour. Maybe 2 hours if I'm really feeling up to it. But the point is, there's not really a lot of substance to this. That's not a bad thing. If that's... I enjoy making those. I enjoy sitting down and just yapping for a while. It's nice to put a lot of thoughts that are usually in my head into somewhere else. And it's nice to hear what people think about it. But at the same time, I used to have a YouTube channel where I actually did edit stuff. And it was really shit. Truth be told, it was a fucking Minecraft YouTube channel. I was a kid, whatever. But I put work into editing the videos, and I was really proud of what I made. Of course, it wasn't impressive. It was like very simple stuff now that I think about it. But the point is that I enjoyed the process, and I enjoyed making I was going to call it a creative expression, but again, we're talking a Minecraft YouTube channel in 2021, 2020. So I wouldn't call that exactly creative. But I enjoyed making the videos, and I enjoyed sitting down and having this... Ooh, did you hear that? Sorry, I didn't realize that would be so loud. Anyways, I enjoyed sitting down, and I enjoyed making this big project. And I'd like to do that again. Of course, there is the massive limiting factor that is the reason I haven't uploaded in 3 months, which is I don't have a lot of free time. With each passing semester in college, I get less and less and less free time, which isn't a bad thing. I think it's important to be busy while you're in college. But for something like this, which is more of a personal project, something I'm just doing for fun, I don't have a lot of time to do that. So videos, if I were to make them more of a personal project, would take probably months. But I still want to do them. And at the same time, I still want to do this. I still want to sit down. I want to yap for an hour because it's fun. If not fun, then it's cathartic in a way. So what I've been thinking is I might do live streaming. When I have the time to sit down and actually do work, do coding, as you can see here, I'll just make it a fucking live stream. That way I can have more of that engagement be direct. There was always that comment. People would comment every now and then, and I'd respond. I actually haven't checked the channel in a while. There might be more comments that I haven't seen. But the point is, now we can be more direct. It will give me more immediate feedback, which I always like. And it will be a nice separation between the shit posting and the more personal, passion projects almost. It also will put a lot of pressure off of me because I will no longer have to edit a little bit, which is nice. In fact, I'm gonna do something real quick change here. I want to do that. And then I want to turn this off. Where the fuck did it go? What? Oh, you can't see anything. That's unfortunate. Okay, I'll just do this. I'm going to try and figure out how to do, window capture. Actually, I could set that up right now. But, one of the bad things of live streaming is that I don't want you guys to see my personal information. Not that I hate you specifically, but, it's, what the hell? 1 second. What is happening here? Transform. Fit to screen. What the fuck? Okay, we'll do display capture for now. Point is, I don't want you guys to see my personal information. Usually in videos I can edit that out. In here, it'll be tougher, so I might have to find ways to avoid that. But I'll find a way. I'll figure it out. But the point is, I want to have a bit of a separation between this kind of video and the passion projects. That's the whole idea. Why am I still peeking my goddamn microphone? Anyway, so I just figured I'd walk you through that. It's been 11 minutes of yapping. I'm going to create a project. So I'm going to talk about what I want to do here. What the hell? I don't know what any of this means. Oh, there's my name. Supports desktop platforms only. Advanced 3D graphics available. Can scale to large complex scenes. Use rendering device back. I don't know what this is. Slower rendering of simple scenes. So all three. Low under all OpenGL3. Okay, so what do I want to name this? It's a good question. It would be a good idea to name your project. Thanks, Godot. Okay, so what am I going to do here? What's my plan with this? Is something that you might be asking yourself. If not, I'm going to tell you anyways. Stupid fucking chair. So I am going to be just writing code that interests me. Right now, I've been very interested in using fast Fourier transforms to make waves and like combining that with maybe like a weather and season manager that sort of allows dynamic loading of storms and not whirlpools. I think it'd be too complicated, but stuff like that is, I think, would be fun. So what do I want to name this project? I don't know, because truth be told, I might just put all of this in one big project, and then because I wouldn't make a game if I didn't have a game in mind, and I do. But I guess for now, I'm just gonna do the seasonal weather. Am I allowed to create one like this? I guess I'll just do individual projects and import them into the larger game I'd be interested in making. Okay. I gotta move this over here. It's not letting me. But you guys can't see what's going on here. It's really interesting. Give me a second. What's happening here? If you're curious as to why I picked Godot, pretty simple explanation. 1 second. Here we go. Okay. And do that, and do that. What is happening here? Transform. Stretch, just remove. 1 sec. I'm trying to figure out how to, if I can do specifically a window capture, it'll allow me to not have to worry about my personal ID stuff being shared. What the hell? Oh, I figured it out. There it is. Um, oh, that's interesting. Is there going to be a little black bar in the... 1 second. There we go. I'll center it. This is the best I can do. For some reason, it wants to record my laptop is a 16 by 10 display, so it's recording in a 16 by 10 format. But I'm using a different monitor that's 16 by 9. The colors on this monitor are ass, by the way. My roommate is the one that deals with this. So I'd like to do a couple things here. So my first plan is just to implement a, more what am I talking about? A weather manager that will run in the background, and that will use what season it is to determine the probability of what kind of weather. I don't want to do actual simulations of like warm fronts and cold fronts because that'll be too complicated. But we can use probability, I guess, to determine it. Winter is going to have different weather than spring and summer, obviously. From there, I'd like to try and implement that into a wave simulation. Waves are a very fascinating subject. I've done some research into this already because it's been something on my mind for a while. But I would love to make like a HD 2D painterly kind of game. So I'm going to go for that kind of vibe in terms of how things will look. So that does mean I'll be applying like a bloom shader plus a pixelify shader. And we'll play around with how that looks until I like it. That's all I have in mind for now. I just wanted to set this all up, make it so it would work, and sort of just describe what my thought process is. So I can't actually do much work right now because I am severely time limited. Oh, wait. Oh, my laptop's on a different time zone than I am, so I thought I actually went over. But I do have to leave like right now or in like 5 minutes. I don't have much more to talk about. I might just save the project and then probably talk to you guys whenever I have time to actually start coding. Okay. Let me know what you guys think of the idea. If it's shit, tell me. I can take criticism. If you think I'm a little piece of shit, you can tell me that too. But it'll probably be a little hurtful. Your call. Just know that the person behind the camera has feelings. Okay, I don't know what else to say here, so I'm gonna stop recording. See ya.